you know. Shout out to JB coming in. There we go. You guys hear me okay? Fabian, Matt, Downer. Let me know if I'm good. What's up to Matt? What's up to Fabian? ¿Cómo estamos? D-Man 50. I know One Fast is doing he's doing a stream in an hour and so much, and I'm going to jump on that, but I wanted to do something. I had a couple thoughts today. All right, Supreme Cannon's back. It's been a while since we've seen Supreme Cannon. Good. What have you guys been up to? And remember, we got the John Boston Part 2 coming up on Saturday. It would have been Sunday, but I'm taking my gentle boys snowboarding. Anyhow, I'm coming off. I'm almost to 55 hours of fasting. I went the first 2 days with no water or food. And then today I'm going one more day, just water. Feel great. Oh my gosh. Then I got to do some, I got to drink some bone broth in the morning and then some sauerkraut and slowly jump in because I think I'm down 11 pounds. I know some of it's water weight, but anyhow, Happy New Year to everybody. D-Man 50, cooking some chili. Chili is one of my favorites, especially for the winter. Teddy Boy Smith from the UK, what's happening to you, brother? John Boston, yes, in the house. Brandon back, good to have you. I'm at 55 hours. I started on Monday, John. You'll love this. 55 hours. I started 10 a.m. on Monday. It's now 10 till 5 my time. And yeah, I'm going. I was going to go 96, but I'm like 72 is giving me some great benefits as well. So tomorrow at 10:10 I'll be done, and then I'll slowly eat very lightly, and then Friday I'll eat some stuff and I'll be fine by the weekend. George P back, good to see you, brother, all the way in London, outside of London. Brandon, good to have Brandon back again. Put some beer in the chili. Damn right. Rick on Galt's back. We got a traveling dude. Hi, sir. Would you get married again under any circumstances? Letting a woman run your financial and legal life? That would be a solid no. Today, tomorrow, and forever. Let's talk about this. Hypergamy can't win when you understand what it is. Unless you go sent back to the plantation and say, hey, this one's different. As Oscar Wilde said and so many others, you can't love them and understand them. So if you can't love them because you're going to be susceptible to female nature, why don't you understand them, right? Why don't you understand the fact that, hey, she has the opportunity and the inclination at any moment to monkey branch to somebody bigger and better. The onus is on you. You've got to be the provider, the protector, the guy that doesn't bore her out. Who wants those circumstances? Who wants to play that game when you have to be the one that holds the whole fort together? All she's got to do is look pretty and lay on a bed. Foul 71 finally made it. Good to have you, brother. Tell me where you are at. Sultan is back. Greetings from Libtard, Canada. Yes, we definitely call that, but we're turning into that as well. Our prime minister is now putting the blame for the lockdowns on the unvaccinated. I love it. Isn't a poke supposed to shield you from the unpoked? So why do they care who has it or who does it? Don't understand it. Never get married. It's a bad deal. Especially today it is. I'm bald. I have the same style cap and the same white G-Shock. There you go, brother. Wear it with pride. This has been all over countries with me. Love it. $85. Looks good and it keeps me on time. John Boston, when you get married in church, they should tell the man he's given up so much of his rights and at any moment can leave. And if kids can run away with him, and the state will assist her to do this. And John and I are doing our second part 2 of life after divorce. We'll throw in some pre-stuff and it'll be good. Check that out Saturday, January 8th at 6 p.m. Eastern. Hypergamy is the same as monkey branching. What are the differences? It's basically the same, George. Hypergamy is basically a woman has options at any given time and she'll look for a bigger, better option. Monkey branching means she's going to jump to the next guy. Same thing. Perth, Australia. Dang. Who's from Perth? What bands are from Perth? Was InXS? I don't know. I think InXS was from Sydney. Perth. Good to have you, brother. It's late out there, isn't it? What's the difference financially being married versus being unmarried when kids are involved and you split from the girl? Well, they're going to get you either way. At the end of the day, if you have been unmarried for 7 years, or it could depend on the state and the country, you would be considered common law marriage. So you're basically married without the wedding and the paperwork. Don't live with anyone. Don't get married. And I don't like to say this, but I don't advise having children in today's legal and cultural climate. John Boston, this is a pandemic of the poked who are in the hospital from 3 ouchies. I'd agree with that. Blaming the unvaccinated for coof is blaming a guy with no umbrella for the rain. Well said, Brandon. A woman is only as loyal as her options. Editorial is back. Good to have you, brother. I would agree that. 98% are not recommended. Question, does the poke work? Yes, then why do I have to get it? Well said, my man. Does that poke work? No, then why would I want it? It doesn't work. You got to get boosted and boosted and boosted. Marriage and hypergamy can destroy any kind of pride a man can have. Be careful, guys. It's a tough road to climb. Cesar, if you keep fasting, you'll never be the bigger, better option. Ooh, that's funny. Yeah, because then I blow up like a Goodyear blimp, carrying around a bag of Twizzlers and a bad attitude. George says the Serbian tennis player Novak is being deported from Australia because he's unpoked. You're going to see a lot of that now. When you are unmarried and not in common law state, there's only child support and no asset distribution. But there's a lot of simp judges out there that are tearing apart those type of guys too. Bon Scott grew up there after he immigrated from Scotland. He is buried. That's what I thought. Bon Scott, original AC/DC. What do you guys think? Brian Scott is better, or Brian Johnson, or Bon Scott? Men and women will always seek each other out, says Traveling Dude, for sex, companionship, and to procreate. It's just nature. Nothing nobody can do about it. Men make money and women spend the money. Once you understand hypergamy, and to the extent the 98% of female nature, that's it. Thanks, D-Man. Taking the knee to propose and taking the knee for BLM is the same thing, bowing down to the system. Well said. The only thing I had closer to COVID is wheezing out a kidney stone. I'm going to block this Yahoo. I put a couple guys as monitors. I think Polska Bob's a monitor. Barely good tennis. Wes is back in the house. Good to see you, brother. Hope all is well. Men are physically stronger, but have big hearts. We do. We tend to be more caring. What's your opinion on prenup agreements before marriage? Why do you think many females are against them? Well, because they want access to your purse strings. It depends on the judge if they hold up. That's what it comes down to. They can tear them apart. I mean, a woman can say she was signed it under duress or stress or what have you. FJT back, Giga Chad Brad is back. Now I have something to watch while I eat dinner. What you eating, FJT? Imagine a channel where women admit the harm and destruction they cause their offspring from being selfish and filing for divorce and abusing. Nah, that'll never happen because it's called accountability for 300 Trebek. Polska Bob. It's Polska Bob talking about Bon Scott. Dunder Dietz. Dunder Cheap. Yeah, Bon was good. And I put you as a monitor. I went in earlier to my YouTube and put you as a monitor. I don't know if that's the key. Novak is being kicked out of it. We're going to see some. Look, who's going to go to see exhibition games when you have Class B and Class C players? Timmy Kramer, the Forever Bachelor. Good to see you. Make money and save money. Enjoy life and freedom. Absolutely. Good to have Timmy. Yes, I did give you a wrench. I gave one to Fast Stack too. And I think, who else did I give it? SCE. One Fast is back. We're gonna all get on One Fast channel after this. He's at 6 o'clock tonight. I'll jump on his live stream. Thank you, brother. Thank you, everybody, for being here, being part of this. This is how we maneuver through life and navigate, sharing experiences. Surprised Novak isn't being sent to the Wu Flu. Hilton, no one is beyond the reach of the authoritarians. Barely good tennis. He's also instructor. Loves the game of tennis. Riggs is in the house. Good to have you. Kidney stones are no joke. 6 hours of hell. Lay off the salt, boys. There you go. Fast that crap out. I've literally, I had a little shoulder pain and some scrotal pain, and within like 36 hours, don't even feel it. Fasting, really check out even longer fasting. Thoughts on online dating? I would say if you're not strong enough to deal with the rejection, which is 99.9% of the time, don't do it. That's what I really think. Good to have you, Muhammad. Where are you from? We got a couple wrenches. I think I gave 3 wrenches out, but I can't remember. 700 million in divorce settlement could have fed a nation. What are you going to do with 700 million? I mean, look like Jeff Bezos, right? Chicken fajita sandwich. Nice, brother. That sounds delicious. I won't be touching a morsel. I'm just drinking right now water and carbonated seltzer mineral water. But that sounds delish. Lavish Patch Kid back. If a chick doesn't have a lawyer present representing her at the signing of a prenup, and they never do, they can be thrown out with fees. Yeah. Guys, you understand the power. Me and John and I will talk about this. The power a judge has sitting behind, they sit at a desk and they have a computer in front of them. They have so much power. Just because you have a great lawyer doesn't mean shit. You better have the best lawyer, and he knows him. George P., the French president, said he will piss off the unpoked, making life hard for them. Start it up. All right, get rid of these idiots. Brandon says, don't date online. Good. Yeah, I mean, guys, if you can't handle the rejection, don't do it, because the rejection is going to be 99%. Brad, do you think the judge will be more lenient on Holmes because she is a woman? Potentially. I think more lenient, be free Asia, good to have you, than a man. My niece and nephew were pulled out of school because they were at a party over the weekend where one of the kids had the flu. Jeez. Cheers to you, brother. Cheaper groceries. Happy New Year to everybody. Brad, how is the travel experience given the sickness in the world? I want to travel but don't want to deal with all the restrictions. Guatemala is fine. You just had to get a show proof that you were negative. I think Mexico, you'll be fine. I don't think Mexico is going to go the route of everyone else. The same countries that were open back when are not closing. I think it's going to be better. I think potentially we'll have issues on our side. You have to get a test to come back, regardless if you have the poke. If men and women don't get married and have kids anymore, won't that disrupt society and create an eventual population crisis? Absolutely. Yeah. Who was doing the channel the other day was talking about population, the decrease in the population. Elon Musk, yeah, Elon Musk was talking about it. We don't have kids, we're over to the next couple of generations. USA mate, good to have you, brother. What city? Timmy Kramer, 5 years of freedom should be jumping on here. Everyone must subscribe to his amazing. I thought he got, yeah, he's back. Good. Hey, 5 years of freedom. Welcome. I've seen your channel a bunch, but I thought you got canned. And I hadn't seen anything. Welcome, brother. Welcome. He's got good stuff too. It's not Canada, but it's effing cold. Canada's too. I don't know how One Fast does it. We're 45 and raining, but he's probably negative 20 at this point. He's probably out in a t-shirt. For you men out there near 50, check out our time and see what the selection looks like. Yep, a couple of us looked at the site and we couldn't believe how bad. Guys, just go and get a free account on Match and you can look in your area. Match.com and look at everyone. They're still there, all of them. Zane's in the house. Good to have Zane. My ex told me there was no one else involved when she left after the 20-year marriage. My lawyer giggled when I told him. I found out later he was right. They always have a backup plan. Volcano Nation. Women will never love a man the way a man can love a woman. Correct. We have two different operating systems. The way a man needs a woman to love him, they just can't, and to even come close takes them months, if not years. Yeah, they just love differently. They love opportunistically, the 98%. There is a 1% to 2% that I think are decent women. Online dating is the same as sticking an iron nail in your toe while jabbing it against the wall. Again, if you can't deal with rejection, do not do it. Let's see. I deleted our time 5 years ago as ghastly, and they had the standards of a 20-year-old. You're dealing with 5-year-olds, what it comes down to. Even though many people know there's over a 60% divorce rate in the U.S., why do you think men and women still rush to get married? If there was a 60% failure rate, nobody would do it. Men love, a lot of guys rush into marriage because they want someone to fix them. They want companionship. They don't understand what's coming down the pike. Women love it. They love to be brides. They love the attention on their day. At one time, women, I think, like to be wives, but who knows? They can leave you for another man in a second. Absolutely, guys. If you travel, stay away from airports. I would agree with that statement, Matt. Yeah. Mike P is in the house. Good to have you. Jacob back. Good to have you, Jacob. Let's see what we got here. Okay, yeah, you did get canned. I remember that. That was unfortunate, but I'm glad you're back. Everyone run to 5-Year Freedom channel. We got a lot of good content creators in this forum. One Fast is another. FJT, Call Me Coon. CJ Wilkins. Dr. Dre presented his wife the prenup in the morning of the wedding. That's why it never stood up, and he got rinsed $4. Well, apparently they just had a settlement, and he came out. Looks like he came out all right. Winter in Wisconsin sucks. At least you got cheese. And what, you got snowmobiling out there too? Do you think marriage is a form of virtual signaling given social media is so widespread? Possibly. Yeah, possibly. Well, when a woman gets married, I think there's a status tied to it as well. That she's married. She got her man. She was able to get a man to marry her. Put a ring on her finger. When a woman doesn't get a ring on her finger, it's a complete mental issue. And that's why you ask yourself, if you date a gal, how come she never got married? How come a guy, she's 45, how come a guy did not put a ring on her finger? They're all 50 going on 16, 17. So is your view that men and women should just hook up, mate, have kids, and just move on in life? It depends. I would not have kids. I would not live with a woman, and I would not get married. Now you decide who flies in your plane and why you're flying your plane and how many people get on your plane. I'm not against hanging out with women, guys, because I do it. But I'm against cohabitation, kids, and marriage, and goofball lovey-dovey crap. It's 12 years and windy. Ooh. Jerron back. Let's see, where's Jerron? Going to the Guitar Center tomorrow. Yeah, send it over. Jerron's a musical genius out there. This is Halloween is back. I don't trust these 304s at all. I won't read the rest, but I can see where you're at. Polska Bob, that's his channel. He's got some good stuff. I think Polska's got a channel too. A crisis, yeah, I think you do. I've been there. A crisis is about the only thing that makes people change. Yeah. And I don't even think a crisis can. You know, everyone says, oh, if there's going to be a third potential calamity in the world, right, a world war, women will, yeah, no, great. They get behind your dude until the war is over and then programming comes back. You see, they're already programmed. And what if the internet goes away? What if electricity goes away? We're so used to working with it. Once it comes back, we're going back to that same mentality. Mike P uses online dating. If you can handle the rejection, use it as a game. Don't use it as a way to, think you're going to meet someone. Just use it as, if you meet someone, great. If not, great. Women don't leave and go to nothing. 100%, John Boston. Is Elon Musk for or against the people? Well, he believes the sun's going to collide with the earth and we're all going to die. So that's why he wants to save the human race on Mars. Who knows? I probably won't be around by then. The truth is always with a few, not with the masses, says Sullivan. Very well said, brother. Daddy issues only happen when the dad is not in the home. Mommy issues happen when the mommy is pregnant. I would agree with that statement. The man needs to be in the kid's life. They always play like they're imperfect in the beginning. That's why dudes who figured it out just run rotations. Yeah? Guys, if you understand female nature and hypergamy, you don't get mad. You just understand it. We just realize that women love opportunistically. So don't get all butthurt if she doesn't return your call. 100% I would agree with that statement. I have a video on that, why it's a waste of time. And it's not recommended. I think it's my #1 video I've made. I think there's like 30,000 views. Some guys want a mom with benefits and hope they'll get with marriage. Yeah. Thanks for taking over, Polska. Get rid of that bot. I just don't understand why people enter into marriage when they got to know there's a statistical high chance it'll fail. Because the fantasy is more valuable than the reality in their minds. Better Man channel's back. Check out Better Man. He's got a good channel. He's new. I think he's new to the group. Check his stuff out. He's posting a lot. Jerron says, anytime a female says, we need to take a break, I need some time, I'm doing this, I need some space, she got a replacement. Yes, she do. I've had a few dates on, but it's women who aren't looking to settle. It's like they want to play the field. They got too much attention. They got too much attention. Simple as that. Everyone in the chat, good to see you. Robert, online dating is as useless as a toothless comb. It's as useless as me walking in and getting a haircut at Great Clips. My friend who's 48 getting married this summer. Oh, the great divorce coming soon. Hate to say it. Dark Force in the house. Good to have you. He has no idea what he's doing. He's again, hope strategist, thinking of the fantasy. Timmy Kramer giving some sage advice. Men should always support another. Men, business, and every other choice. Use the man and don't support her. I'm going to ask you this question. If you're the pilot of your plane, who's going to ride on it? Who's going to be a freeloader on it? I hope no freeloaders are on it. Why isn't dating and marriage considered forms of prostitution? If sex is expected in a marriage, as it is, and when the man is expected to basically bankroll the woman, isn't that prostitution? Because in marriage, it takes a license. Prostitution, there's no license. But very similar. Yeah, very good comment. If Elon Musk is upset about us not having kids, he should be the next Zion. Hey, have 38 wives and 89 children. He can afford it. FJT laying it down in Chinatown. Absolutely. They asked him, why aren't you having more? So, you know who's having more? There's some countries out in the Middle East, and they're having 7 to 10 kids apiece. Guess who's going to rule the roost? Well said, FJ. Interesting fact about men kneeling in front of women when they propose. It's like losing dignity. George P. I did a live stream on that, George, all about surrendering. That's what's happening. Truth that you're playing, captain it how you will. Absolutely, better man. That was good, Toothless Comb. How you doing, Robert? Coach last night was hilarious. I'm all caught up with Coach Greg Adams. If there's one demographic that has zero need for online dating, it's women. They're failing something fierce if they're resorting to it. Absolutely. Go on. I every now and again I'll go back on them to see who's still on. It's the same women, maybe minus one or two, but they're all there 5-6 years later. What guys don't realize is guy on the side in divorce are check boxes they dream of checking off as much as marriage and children. It's all programmed. Yes. Just go watch everything on Lifetime. It's all about that. It's all transparent. I mean, there's articles on women that are having affairs. It's, Lit Murray, stay on your grind. She waits at the finish line and handpicks the winners. Wouldn't depend on a lady for loyalty if my life depended on it. That's one guy that's a smart dude right there. Just have a lady on the side. I'm not against that. I heard someone say that women's biggest fear is to be alone. That's why they always have tons of friends who serve them. You're not mistaken, Be Free Asia. Why are the ones that have been fully poked and boosted still get the corona? It's now the flu shot's making a comeback. Hey, the flu, what happened to flu? All right. It's making a comeback now. Traveling dude. I told some friends of mine that a woman is just one big nagging revolving bill that can leave anytime. They couldn't even understand what I was talking about. Say the majority is just exactly how you painted it. Civilization is cyclical. All of them fall when we rebuild. Where we at now? It's going to fall, guys. Look at Rome when women took over. Ben Cliff, good to have you, brother. Today's woman goes from wow to sow. With a couple of years, who knows if she pops out at Piglets. Simps make great customers. Simps is what keep these women, they buy everything. Once I accept the fact my girlfriend is not mine and there are other guys in them, that's when you become a true man. That's what you have to realize. Right there is what basically the title says. They're not yours, it's your turn. So don't get all upset if she's not returning your calls. Marriage is the triumph of hope over experience. The Hope Strategy for 300 Trebek. Have a good one, Mikey. I still haven't found what I'm looking for by U2. It was one of my favorite songs. I should have known it was coming. Well, you and me both, brother. What's the super beat? Love it. Take it. Do it. Do you think child support on a man is extortion? It's one side of how women can make men legally pay child support that the man can't make the woman get a deletion or put the baby up for adoption. I think there's part of it. Yeah. I mean, it's basically based on you need to keep the same level of standards if you make more money. It's all a calculator. Bomer's back. He's off. How you doing, brother? Or is he driving right now? Good to have you. Don't fall for the break. It's already over. Yeah, once they say that, it's done. If you want me to link your channels, give the name, guys. Good. Marrying to get SEX is like buying a used 747 for free peanuts. Ooh. You know what? It goes down. I'm telling you. It goes down. Men should boycott the Valentine's Day and celebrate MGTOW Day by camping out. Attaboy. I hate that damn Hallmark holiday. In 10 to 15 years, women will out-earn guys, and that's a bad thing. Anytime a female makes more money, she has now less in her pool of available men candidates for commitment. I have said that so many times, Jaron. If the man finds out she makes more, and if he's not a simp and a total loser, he's done. Every man pays for it one way or another, guys. Well said, D-Man. I can map out the women I talk to who are talking to other guys and how they cycle back, and when they go quiet, let them wild horses run. Yeah, damn right. DKS in the house, girl judges. There are women judges. We had a commissioner that was a woman, and she, I fared pretty well. 2022 will be the year of the red-pilled men. Good. 7 to Metter Man's channel. It's got some good stuff. Get those likes up. Appreciate it. Do you think that the government should limit the number of times people can get married? More and more divorces cause more and more problems all throughout. Sure, but they won't, because it's a huge deal as well. Brandon Trueblood, give me a shout out. There's your shout out, brother. I gotta check your. I might be a subscriber. I can't remember. I hit everybody up. You don't have to pay me a super chat like Greg Adams talks about. Red Pill Warriors for the win. Be Free Asia in the friend zone is about the same status as your cats. Well said, Supreme. Peasants will always have many kids and hungry kids. DKS. I know women in their 50s who have told me they cannot stand being alone. I never heard that until I was older. Ain't that the truth? They can't. Hello from Salt Lake City, Side Alone 801. Go to your Maverick. Get yourself a Diet Mountain Dew. What do you think of the government caters to women and ignore men's issue? I think it's about getting. Yeah, absolutely. Women are more inclined to vote liberal. Did anyone see the biatch that cheated on her disabled military husband with her? Yes, I saw that. I was disgusted. Our forefathers would have taken up arms by now with regards to the poke, to the beer virus, oppression. Our human rights is our God-given right to live free. 100%, brother. Avoid that with like the plague. Bobby Mills is back. What good to have you. Friend's girl left and married her simp manager. Well, we'll talk about that on Saturday with John. Right? Check out Bob. Polska Bob is linking the channel. It's good to have him to do that. Women representing a large voting bloc than men. Women are easily manipulated by emotional mechanics as a whole. Couldn't have said it better, Bomer. Couldn't have said it better. We support all of our brothers in these chats. Single mommy I dated back in 2010 in the down market. She reached out to me a year ago. She's a full-time call girl in Scottsdale and works the older man. Mama 4 for 300 Trebek. Timmy Kramer. Timmy has shown me what they look like. Pickup artists or choke artists. They're all about the inane corporation. That downer. How do you guys get out of paying unjust child support and alimony? I just quit the job and make cash on the table. It's pretty much the only way you can do it. Greg Adams talked about it. Lone wolf. Women today have too many options. I agree with that statement. Too many weak men accepting these 304s as they will never change. They're Lucifer's right-hand help. Bobby Mills. Guys, it doesn't look good out there for the 98%. And the 1 to 2 are very difficult to find. Trust me. He's husband material. Translation, I don't want to screw him. She's not sexually aroused by you because she sees herself with you and can see a life with you doesn't mean she's into you. Well said. Men married to get sex, a cruel joke. And what ends up happening? The absolute opposite, and it costs more money. Might as well go to Reno, Nevada. My long-term goal is living overseas 6 months of the year while I rent my house. No debt, no stress. FAL 71, that's my goal too. Women will out-earn men until the debt bubble collapses and no more resources can be transferred to them. They'll find a way, Supreme Canon. So guard your wallet. Working for a moving company, once baby mama cheated with me when an army boyfriend left. Ain't that the truth? A lot of infidelity in the armed forces. Traveling dude. Did you get stuck paying alimony and child support after your divorce? No. Well, I paid no alimony. Child support, very little. Get ready for every gift begins with K. With marriage dead, they are now showing people who are living alternate lifestyles. Hetero marriage is dead now. And poly styles, right? That's where it's going now. Chris Mitchell back. Good to have you, brother. Do you support your taxes being raised to pay for that poke? No, absolutely not. Feminism was a mechanism to get more labor into the industrial production system. Currently, they are facing a real problem. Many of the clerical jobs are being replaced by software. Ooh, that well said. Well said, Bomer. Call Me Coon back. Check out Call Me Coon's channel. Good to have you, brother. Ever wonder why that poke is free? Guys, you know, if your loved one dies because of the poke, you get a free funeral. It ain't going away. What should I do if I'm talking to a girl and she says she's a feminist? Should I just stop talking? Taurus. You'll probably have more peace of mind if you stop talking to her. But you never know. Feminists are easy to bed as well, but you just can't deal with them. Dude, yes, that woman, I'll vote liberal. The women who claim they're not feminists are all over the court suing men like Rad and myself. 100%. What's your mindset when you're going through tough times, and how do you get through it? You got to accept where you're at and put one foot in front of the other and move. Energy. Seriously, walk, work out, whatever. The government wants to start removing people from society and putting them in quarantine camps who don't want the poke, don't want to wear a mask and rude. Guys, we're seeing the end of what's going on. People are rising up saying this is baloney. Any men getting involved with the modern FIFA is basically playing in the blind and gambling on his future with chaos around. Bomer, yeah, I would stay away from them. They're just naggies. They think they're men. I pay $1,000 per kid each until they turn, and I have 3. Ooh, dang, brother. How is that possible? Do you want me to steal the scene? How important is a man's job title in society to a woman? Do you think a woman should naturally seek out the engineer than the custodian, even if the engineer is an a-hole vices? Well, who knows? Titles are important, but not as important as one would think. That is something with the single mom before. I know a single mom, and with social media, she has access to men she can never get, but they don't hang around. Absolutely. Which do you value more, freedom or safety? Freedom. These women get 500, 600 messages a day. Yes, they do. Coach says he's got a fistful of 20s instead of getting married and expecting. Absolutely. SCX. Chris Mitchell's got a channel as well, guys. Yep, I subscribe to him. White dresses make them look like marshmallow Karens. I know. Can you see women running the U.S.? The Bible says women are not natural leaders, and therefore society would crumble. I would agree with that statement. There's a female woman that runs, she is the commander in charge of an aircraft carrier I just saw the other day. Women are going to start earning out men. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. SCE back. Hello, Rad. Just stopping to hit the like button, say hello. Good to have you. Society doesn't care about alternative lifestyles. Long-term collapse will occur as the birth rates drop and the genetic variation disappears. Interbreeding can threaten the IQ of future. I agree with that statement. Well said, Bomer. I was talking to a girl from Argentina. I told her to lose weight because I was losing attraction. She said she wants to be with someone who loves her for how she is. Yeah. Tell that to her. What is she going to do? Do you think it's better for men to seek out one-night stands with women and avoid? I would agree. Most of you guys should. But be very careful. Hearing about following men's support pain. Yeah, best form of birth control from CJ, check his channel out, is not to have marriage and have kids. That should be your birth control. A friend of mine who is such a liberal got 2 pokies, and now his vision all blurry, and he doesn't think it's the pokey. He believes poopy pants by an ouchie. Oh, he's an idiot. Why are people doing it? There's no studies. It doesn't work. If it worked, there would be no need for a rooster. Are we honestly in a pandemic? I wouldn't think so. Okay, yeah, let's get rid of these bots. Traveling, you need to break loose of the sexual validation. If you're not careful, you will end up on the plantation. Absolutely. You guys, go for you, not for a woman. Do the things you guys like to do. Saw a clip today, a dude saying he'd rather pay a pros to leave than to continue paying for one to hang around. They're pretty much the same. She'll get used by another guy. Yeah, a lot of guys are doing that now. Okie drummer in the house. Good to have you. Brandon, the police, the pokey, killed Betty White. Potentially. I wouldn't doubt it. He's in. Oh, I'm not going to read that. Greetings from the Nutmeg State, said Pedro Valentin. You're my source of strength when I need sanity in my life. Thank you for your support and insight. Red pill, still looking for a hat. All right, brother. We'll get on it. Okay. Get rid of those brats. Why don't men realize that a vasectomy is much cheaper than alimony? Because men still want to populate. That's within us. Child support is 20 years old, plus the man has to pay for college. If you're in Boston, it could be 26 years. Spike is in the house. Good to have you. Shout out to Okie Drummer 69's got a channel. Betty White went to junior high with Jesus. She didn't need the pokey to take her out. There you go. We like Betty White. I was old enough to watch the Golden Girls. Plenty of fish. Keep it simple, stupid means plenty of whales. Plenty of wackos. Did you see the Karen on this plane heckling the older guy? Yes, and she slapped him. I think she got, something happened to her. She was off her anxiety meds or something. Billy the Goat's back. Good to have you. I'm glad you guys are taking care of all these bots. Appreciate it. I have to constantly hammer red pills in my head because my biology works against me. This is annoying. You got to. You've got to take your pills every day, bro. Big Dick Dane, if urges can't be controlled, then pay the woman by the hour. It's better than paying a lifetime of regret, anger, sleepless nights, depression, and potential deletion. Well said. My coworkers are pissed. I got to mask up, but even they got the pokey, man. Idiots. They ain't going away, man. What do you think of vasectomy? You won't be able to have kids? I would get one. You got to weigh the pros and cons of it. El Padrino back. Shout out to you. JR in the house. Shout out to JR. Absence of sanity. All right, I've got some good guys in the chat. Timmy Kramer, my buddy, spent 3 years in prison for his baby mama calling the police on him. At 50, he's mowing yards and living with his mom. Be careful, guys. He had a career making over $80K and he simped. Be careful. Was going through some hard times and found you, bro. Bobby Mills, good to have you. I really appreciate your message and supporting men. We support everyone in here. Everyone you can talk to in this chat. They will respond to you and give you support and experience. You don't have to go through life alone. Why do you think men realize that a condom or a vasectomy is much cheaper than paying alimony and child support? In some states, it's 20 euro. Just don't have a kid today. You know what I'm saying? I got you there, brother Polska. R.I.P. to Betty. Absolutely. What do you think about Fran Dresser back in the day? I never liked her. I couldn't stand her voice. Child support in Massachusetts ends at 18. What I know for sure, and I'm done with. I thought it went to 26. I think there's a state it goes to 26. Is child support in Boston? I think there's maybe it's New Hampshire. Smashing a chick from Honduras when she learns to speak English, I'll have to break it off. 5 years of freedom. Well, keep her there. Yeah, Brandon, she looked all right until she opened her mouth. I can't stand that accent. Men need the female to propagate society, but we need them for survival. You know, they're important. Women, female are important, guys. That's the absolute truth. This is the Final Tap. This is Spinal Tap in the 80s. I heard she was dating Dr. Shiva, who lives in Boston. Jeez. What does CJ say? The 4 undefeatables of life: death, taxes, Floyd, and hypergamous behavior. Ha! Simps or pimps. We got that. We're talking about that. I'm done talking to girls who speak English. Well, be careful. That's all I'm going to say. Good to have everybody. Robert A. Yeah, Jaron, a former Raiders cheerleader on the plane being a Karen. She spat on an 8-year. Yeah, that behavior is going to keep happening, guys. It's not going away. Vasectomies can be successfully reversed. My brother did it. George Clooney got his reverse and twins at almost 60. Yeah. He simped. My ex and her attorney were trying to get me to put in jail when she kicked off the divorce. The plan was to run into court and get what they want. It failed. But we are going to talk about that. Needed earplugs for oh, she is so damn annoying. I work with fat ass garbage pail kids comparing boyfriends every day. My speaker's off. Was it Rotten Ronnie? Vomit Vincent? El Padrino. Bringing back the old days. Back in the days, you can flirt with a girl, maybe kiss her, and didn't have to worry about getting allegations. Huh? Well said. There's an idea. Bang girls that can't talk. If I own a business, I can get away with paying a female 80 cents on the dollar. I never hire anyone else. All the money is to save. The whole wage gap is BS. Would agree with that statement, brother. Do you think men should have at least one child? You know what? I would love men to have kids. It's just too risky. If you have them, do what Coach Craig Adams says, and go to a different country and leave them there and visit them more, because if you get divorced, you'll never see them. Stay unemotionally attached, and hypergamy will never hurt you again. Don't quit, persevere. Damn right. Just like the person. Don't get emotionally attached. And don't move in. Don't get married. Don't have kids. Women are important. I need to hold my table for a beer. There you go. Fran Dresser. I can't believe we're talking about her. Gentlemen, have a good one. Good to see you, brother. We're going to be on One Fast Dax channel here in the next half hour. Fran's laugh could kill erections on sailors pulling out of me. I couldn't stand her, guys. Not my type. Absolutely no urge to populate the crumbling world. No longer thirst for well-plowed through roast beef. No matter the age, stay away, alphabet people. Work on yourself, guys. It's as simple as that. Seems like people are having kids like crazy for the past 10 years. I'm thinking how tough it must be to grow up with all this technology. It's it's difficult, George. I got kids that are growing up. Even though any guys personally went to jail for I do. It's pretty rare, but it happens. Just had a slab of barbecue ribs. Oof, sounds delicious. Did you hear about the woman who got pregnant from a corpse? Ha! Are you kidding me? I did not. I'd love to read that story. The white man is stigmatized as the enemy. It's basically all men, but white men will be highly disrespected. I would agree with that. We get one life to live. Women will steal it from you. That is for the absolutely 98% will. When are you going to do the live stream on your travel stories? When I'm done, me and John Boston, probably next week or the week after. I know a guy who got Me Too'd by a 6-year-old. The funny part was nobody believed her. You know what? Even along those lines, women are coming back 50 years later asking for child support when their kids are 50 years old. Go fig. Never trust a woman that has a tattoo on her ass cheek that reads, test your mind. Oh my gosh. Nasty. Aaron Cole in the house. Appreciate you, brother. Fran Dresser talks to her nose. Chicks today are more annoying. At least she had some. I would agree with that statement, Colby Coon. A couple of generations ago, it was common for men to have 7 kids. Not the case anymore. What do you think changes in feminism? You hit on the head. For all the young guys, if she has a she, her, stay away. Oh, the pronoun. Yep. That work just logged on, so you're live. Evening, gents. Evening, Eddie. Erectile dysfunction is a myth. It's simply God telling you need to replace your current woman. Well said, brother. Jerron Markel, if you want to have a baby, just tell your parents to pay for their divorce and the alimony up front. I'd have millions of kids. How did the cadaver get stiff? That's what I want to know. All right, brothers, it's been good. We're headed over to One Fast Dax at 6.5 hours. Remember, once you understand hypergamy, your life is better. I'm out.